But pardon me on how dark it is. Alright, but here on Long Story Short, is I'm only gonna be real with y'all. You know what I mean? I gotta keep it real with y'all because I try to keep it real with everybody. And real not meaning real like being a gangster and being tough. I'm talking about like real, authentic, no lies, telling you the truth. Things that I know I've been through, things that I know how to change. I'm just gonna give you my game, give you what I should have done, all the mistakes I made. Hopefully y'all don't make the same mistakes. You know what I mean? So anyway, let me jump into this. I'm trying to get the light as good as I could outside in the car right now. Let me start with this, right? Along when I was in the street, right? When I was in the street, it was a thing about being all the way in the street, right? You couldn't be 50 in the street, 50 in the crib. It ain't gonna work like that, right? And I abide by those rules. A lot of us abided by those rules, right? You gotta be 50, you can't be 50, you gotta be 100% in it, right? So when you finally look up after doing all that time in the street, right? You look up, you 30, 35, 20, 28. You lucky if you 28, right? And you see how hard you went into them streets, right? 100% in the street, hard. Risking your life every day, drugs, scamming, whatever it is, whatever the street life bringing for you in your section, that's what it's bringing, period, right? And you look up after all the years you putting in, and you turn around, and you like, damn, where's the money I used to have? Where's the car I used to have? Where's the jewelry I once bought? Where's the cash that I had them years ago? Why I ain't invest in nothing? Why didn't I put my bad money that I was getting all this bad money? Why didn't I put in something that's gonna pay me now while I'm not working? Like buying a house, renting it out or something like that. Why didn't I do that, right? And it's two parts to that question. You didn't do it because you didn't have the knowledge. Nobody in your circle pulled you to the side to tell you, yo, we could do this with the money. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm telling you now, even if you in the street right now, it shouldn't have to take you 30 years to know that the street ain't got no good payout. It shouldn't take you no 10 years to know the streets ain't gonna pay you what you need to have for the rest of your life. The street, you can't pass the streets down to your children. You can't tell your kid, yo, I'm 60 now. I'm gonna pass you some work. I'm gonna give you some food. Nah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna help no child out, no grown man out. So right now, before it get too late, look in your circle. Look deep in your circle with all your people, all these people you call friends, all these Instagram friends and all that. Look into it, right? And you ask yourself, which one of these people ever pulled me to the side and just asked me to do something different, right? The thing we've been doing ain't got us nowhere in our life, nowhere further than where we at. We all in the same pot together. If none of my friends helped me one time to open my mind to think about something different than the current situation that we're in, we ain't never need to be friends. There's no need for friendship any longer. If none of your friends, you got 10 friends in your circle, and not one of them friends told you, yo, let's not hang out. Let's go look into this real estate. Let's slow down on the drugs. Let's go look at this job. I heard they paying 80K. Yo, if that guy in the car with you and you going to commit a crime and he not once told you something that's going to change your life but helped you get rid of your life, right now, today, the day that you say, yo, fuck y'all, I'm out of here. Cut all them niggas loose. Cut them all loose. They worthless. They worthless. You on a ship that's sinking right now. It's going slow, so you don't feel the sink, right? By the time it hit the sea level of the floor, it's too late. Cause it went so slow, but it's slow enough, it's fast enough, just fast enough for you to see it. So your man might have said something slick to you before, and you was like, oh, hold on, was he being slick or funny? But you let it slide, right? That's it going down slow. The ship is going so slow, but you could feel it because you feel people action, so you could feel it, but you not calling it what it is. Boy is corny, boy is a snake, boy ain't helping you, wise boy around you. That's stupidity. You hustling backwards. So now anyway, now back to you getting up 30 years and you looking back like, damn, these streets ain't pay me nothing. Let me cut all of that for you. And I ain't telling y'all to not make mistakes. I'm not, nobody in the world perfect. But you ain't got to continue making the same mistakes over and over after you already know what it brings you. And it's not that people can't think. It's people not seeing what the thought is, the process is. That's what we skipping over every single time. You got to understand what life is, what life is meant to be. You got to also understand that life is not forever. We all gonna die. Everybody is gonna die. So make your mistakes, right? But pull yourself out of your mistakes. So you've been hustling, you've been selling drugs, you've been selling drugs. I did the same thing. I never held on to money when I was selling drugs. Because regardless of what you feel, you're risking your life. Yeah, that's true. But you not putting hard sweat and tears. Yeah, you might have to be in beef. You might have to chase a fiend down. But you're not doing something constructive every single day like the guy that's going to work in Walmart 9 to 5. He lifting something. He understanding and learning something every single day. Things change every single day. You outside selling drugs, risking your life. You got to wake up, cut the crack, bag the weed. How much labor is that? How hard is that? Then you go outside, you sell it to people you know, people you don't know. You just handing something off. No structure. You risking your life from the police and everything when all this time it was a simpler way. It's a simpler way to continue to make this money and to keep this money without looking over your shoulder. Period. And it's mad simple. But it starts with you understanding you being in the street. It's some bum shit. It's some bum shit. It's 2021. Scamming, all that. You want to be a scammer because you could swipe somebody else hard working money, and you take all that and go buy clothes with it. But why not go get a job? Get a 401k, turn it to aggressive. You get to pushing out that work. And then you looking back in 6 months and you taking out your hard-earned your money that you worked so hard for. You put in that sweat. And then now it's different because you don't want to throw that money away. You don't put that hard work. Now you put the money into a house. You go get you a FHA loan, 3.5%. You put it on a house. You don't work. You ain't sell drugs and not have the knowledge. Now you work. You building towards your foundation being strong because you put in the work for it. Now you go get yourself a FHA loan. You get the house, 3.5%. You get it. The 3.5% is something light. That's light. You paying that. You living in the house. You're supposed to live in it for a year, but there's ways around that. So you wait about 6 months to build a little more equity in the house. Then you cash out refinances. So you pay the mortgage back. You keep the lump sum in your hand, right? Now you wanted to be a scammer and steal everybody money so you can flex on the gram. You flex on the gram with that. The difference is you want to flex on the gram with something that you worked hard for. Now you showing Instagram, yo, look, here go 100,000 right now. Just like the scammers show 100,000. But guess what? You ain't looking over your shoulder for this money. And then everybody gonna ask you, bro, how'd you get $100,000? And you are not gonna be a scumbag, how they was a scumbag to you in the street. You gonna be the person that turn around and go, yo, I'm gonna tell you how to get this money. You do this. You get that. You get this because you get blessings when you teach others. When you give people the knowledge that you obtain and it's knowledge that you know works, when you give that knowledge away for free, you get blessings back in return regardless. You understand? The conversation right now, the temperature of this conversation right now is getting yourself out of the mistake, which is the streets in any form of fashion, saving yourself now, because it's over nothing, bro. The streets is some bullshit. You gotta understand that. The streets is some bullshit. Get yourself out of them streets. Go get you a job. It's simple. And I'll put links down for a job right now. I'll put links. I'm going to find jobs for y'all. Anybody who need a little bit of help. But on this channel, I'm going to give you the real, bro. And this is the real. I did the same thing you done. I was in the street heavy. I got out of the street. The same people who be telling me, yo, pull up, or asking me for something, those are the same people who ain't never did nothing for me but bring me home. Why would I go to a place where I gotta carry my gun? What sense that make? I'm going to an unnecessary war. What's the purpose of me going back to where I knew I used to almost die at? So now that I saved myself, me going backwards to the streets where I gotta carry a gun, even if I'm not doing no criminal activity, if I get caught with that gun, I'm doing 5 and up in years. So anything I worked for, I worked hard for it, but I'm gonna throw it away because I want to be cool and go back to the hood? Nah, not how it go. Get yourself out of the mistake, and the rest of this page is going to be geared to showing us how we can get out of this rat race together. And that's the bottom line. I want to save all of us. I want us all to be free. But you only get free off of knowledge first, building your foundation second, right? You got to know what you're doing first. You got to put the work in second, 100% of the work. If you put the same work that you put in for everybody else, you put half the amount of work that y'all be doing on the Instagram fronting, you put half of that energy into something decent and watch what you build out of it. And that's 100% fact, son. If I done did it myself. I done got myself out of the rat race. You know what I mean? And I did it legit. I did it legit. And I was one of the worst. I had some of the worst times. I know it's cliche, but I had some of the worst times in the street. I lost a lot of people. I lost a lot of blood on the street. And when I look back, I ain't get nothing for it. I got nothing for it. I ain't get a good friend out of it. I didn't get I ain't get that ride or die out of it. I got pain, hurt, and I lost a lot of people. You know what? I even lost my dad. I lost my pops while I was in jail for being active in the street with people I thought was my friends. And I finally grew up to my pops in jail, and my pops was in there, and he said, "Son, you a man now." And that was the first time I opened up to my pops. And by the time I came home from jail, my pops died. He died. I had to go to my father's funeral in handcuffs. The Rikers Island police officers unlocked my arms. They saw how many people was at my father's funeral, and they unlocked my arms, and they said, "Yo, you know what, brother? We're gonna unlock your arms. We're not supposed to." They left the shackles on my feet, but they unlocked my arms and put my suit jacket over the lower part of my feet, and I was respectable. But look at the destruction it caused me. You understand? To lose your dad while you in jail, being something you ain't. Now you tell me if I'm not telling you the whole God's honest truth. Get out the streets now, and let's build this foundation that we're gonna pass on to our kids. All right, y'all. I ain't mean to take up that much time, but this was a good one. We needed this. We needed to get it done. So, all right. Until next time, y'all. I'm gonna hit you up with the next one about taking the money straight off your credit card, so a lot of y'all can flex on Instagram. But you're gonna do it with your own working money. All right. All right, y'all. Signing out.